So you have a goal, one you're genuinely passionate about, a dream that bounces around your head at 2 a.m. But you're waiting for a fatter bank account, a clearer schedule, a sudden surge of confidence. You're waiting for the perfect moment. What if that moment is a complete myth? And what if waiting for it is the single biggest mistake you can make? Today, I'm not just going to tell you to start, I'm going to show you how. Let's be real for a second. This feeling of waiting, it's not some peaceful, zen-like state, is it? It's agonizing. It's that low-grade frustration of knowing you're capable of so much more, but feeling completely stuck. You watch the days and weeks blur by, and that dream that once felt so exciting now feels like it's a million miles away. Something to look at, but never reach. You've accidentally become a spectator in your own life. We try to dress it up as being responsible. I'm just planning. It's not the right time. But here's the tough truth. Waiting for perfect conditions is a sneaky and destructive form of procrastination. And at its core, procrastination isn't a time management problem. It's an emotion management problem. It's our brain's natural instinct to avoid uncomfortable feelings. While this avoidance can show up as classic perfectionism or fear of failure, researchers know it's often more complex, tied to things like anxiety, low self-control, and even unmet psychological needs. It's a defense mechanism we use to shield ourselves from the discomfort of starting. We trick ourselves into believing that one day, the universe will send a clear sign. The clouds will part, a heavenly light will shine down, and a booming voice will say, "It is time." Life, of course, doesn't work like that. It's messy, unpredictable, and imperfect. There will never be a day when all the lights are green and you feel 100% ready. That feeling of readiness you're waiting for? It doesn't show up before you act. Research consistently shows it comes from acting. So today, we are going to dismantle the emotional barriers that keep you waiting. This is your blueprint for taking back control. First up, let's tackle the tyranny of the perfect plan. Perfectionism sounds like a good thing. Who doesn't want high standards? But really, it's poison masquerading as a virtue. It's the belief that if something can't be done flawlessly, it's not worth doing at all. You spend 3 weeks designing the perfect logo instead of actually launching your business. You rewrite the first paragraph of your book 100 times but never finish the first chapter. You map out the world's greatest workout plan and then never go to the gym. Sound familiar? This is your brain getting stuck in all or nothing mode. If the outcome might be flawed, your brain screams failure before you've even typed a word. So you procrastinate. You prepare endlessly because it feels productive, but it's really just a way to avoid the scary possibility of making something imperfect. The solution? A mindset shift I call the good enough revolution, built on one powerful idea: done is better than perfect. Here's the game plan. First, you have to consciously lower the bar for the first attempt. Give yourself permission for your first draft to be a mess, for your first product to have bugs, or for your first video to be a little awkward. Every single creator, entrepreneur, and artist you admire started with something that probably makes them cringe today. The only difference is they actually did it. Second, use time boxing. Try the Pomodoro technique. Work in focused 25-minute sprints. When the timer goes off, you're done. This forces you to focus on progress, not perfection. You'll be shocked by what you can accomplish when you stop polishing and start building. And finally, celebrate finishing, not flawlessness. When you complete a task, any task, acknowledge it. Give yourself a little credit. This trains your brain to associate completion with reward, building the momentum you need to keep going. Your job isn't to create a masterpiece on day one. Your job is to start. Right underneath that layer of perfectionism, you'll almost always find its scary twin, the fear of failure. It's that deep gut-level anxiety that we'll be judged, that we'll be embarrassed, or that will confirm our own worst fears about not being good enough. This fear is so potent that we often choose the certainty of standing still over the risk of falling on our face. If you never really try, you can never really fail, right? I get it. That little voice in your head whispering, what if they laugh at you? What if you pour all this time and money in for nothing? What if you just don't have what it takes? The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The failures we invent in our heads are almost always worse than what would actually happen. To break this cycle, you need to reframe your relationship with failure. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a data point on the way to success. It's a lesson. It's proof that you're in the game. A great tool for this is an exercise popularized by author Tim Ferriss called fear setting. It's an approach with principles similar to those found in highly effective evidence-based methods like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Instead of letting your worries run wild, you define them. Take out a piece of paper and write down the absolute worst-case scenario if you try and fail. Get specific. Then, for each point, brainstorm what you could do to prevent it and what you could do to fix things if it happened. You'll likely find that the worst case is survivable. You lose some money? You can earn more. People criticize you? You'll live. The project flops? You'll have learned crucial lessons for the next one. The real cost isn't in the attempt, it's in the inaction. The real cost is looking back in 10 years, haunted by that question. What if? If this is hitting home and you're feeling ready to finally make a move, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. We're building a community of people who are done waiting. And let me know in the comments, what's the one fear that's been holding you back? Just writing it down is a surprisingly powerful first step. Okay, so you're ready to embrace imperfection and face your fears. But then you look at your goal, write a book, start a business, run a marathon, and it feels like staring up at a mountain. It's so massive you have no idea where to even start. That feeling of being overwhelmed can lead to paralysis just as easily as fear can. The secret here is brilliantly captured by author James Clear in his book Atomic Habits. The idea is to break your goal down into the steps so small, so laughably simple, it's impossible not to do. Don't focus on writing a book. Your task for today is to write one sentence. Don't focus on launching a business. Your task is to Google one potential competitor. Don't focus on running a marathon. Your task is to put on your running shoes. This is the 2-minute rule. Find a version of your habit that takes less than 2 minutes. Anyone can find 2 minutes. The point isn't the output, it's the act of starting. Every time you do it, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. You're not just someone who wants to be a writer. You are a writer because you wrote today. Now, this isn't a universal magic wand. For some, especially if you're navigating high anxiety or just feel completely drained, starting small can still feel like a huge step, and that's okay. Sometimes the most powerful first move is to seek support. There are fantastic evidence-based web interventions and guided programs designed to reduce procrastination and stress, and choosing to use them is an act of strength. For everyone else, once you have your tiny step, you have to schedule it. Put it on your calendar like a doctor's appointment. This makes it real. Then track your progress. Get a calendar and put a big X on every day you complete your 2-minute task. Don't break the chain. This visual proof of your consistency is incredibly motivating and builds momentum. That's how mountains get moved, one small stone at a time. The perfect moment is a myth. It's a comfortable, safe illusion that keeps you stuck in the waiting room of your own life. The perfect moment isn't something you wait for, it's something you create. You create it by starting right here and right now with all your imperfections and all your fears. You have the antidotes. When you feel that pull of perfectionism, remember, done is better than perfect. When fear starts whispering doubts, define it and realize that regret is so much heavier than failure. And when your goal feels overwhelming, shrink it down until it's too small to fail. The gap between the person you are and the person you want to be is closed by one thing: action. The power is, and always has been, in your hands. The question is no longer, when will I be ready? The only question that matters is, what will I do now? So here is your first action, your first step. Go to the comments and declare the one goal you are done waiting on. Write it down. Make it real. Don't wait for a new year, a new month, or a new sign. This is your sign. Start now.